St. Peter starts off with beloved. We have a good shepherd that deeply loves us. More than anyone else in the whole universe, we have a shepherd that proves he loves us by dying on the cross for us. And it says, in him there is no sin. We need to know sin is not of God. He says no deceit was in him. So deceit is not in Jesus Christ, our shepherd. And we are so blessed to have this loving shepherd worried about us, here to guide us every day. But there are many, many other shepherds trying to guide us. First, the evil shepherd, which is the devil, who constantly will invoke other ideas, even to the point of getting priests, bishops, other people to say things that are wrong, things that confuse us. So Jesus says there are good shepherds and there are bad shepherds. The good shepherd lays down his life, as Jesus did for the sheep, and is a good pope, bishop, or priest and parent. You have to be willing to suffer to protect the people under your care from the thief, from the wolf, which is the devil. You've heard of that saying, a wolf in sheep's clothing. You have to be very careful. St. Augustine talks very strongly about any priest or bishop that is not a good priest or bishop, that does not say the truth and give the people under their care the true direction. But what happens? Why are we afraid to do it? Because when you do, I can just say as a priest, say the truth, people don't like it. People get angry. They take you and they get you in trouble with the diocese. They get you in trouble. That's part of it. So then we just go, oh, I don't want to be in trouble again. I'm just going to be quiet. Let the wolves get them. Let the wolves destroy the people. I'm tired of being beaten up to try to stand up and say, this is truth and sin destroys you. So much easier just to be quiet. Don't say anything. Just be popular. But it's not protecting people from being hurt. If we really love people, as Jesus does, he cares about each one of you. He cares about every family, every child, every person. I was hearing last night about some pimp that would burn this woman with an iron. It's like, well, that's just, we need prostitutes today. I mean, this is normal. Everybody needs one, There's nothing big deal with that, But to think, no, sin caused that horror going on, drugs and sex causing that horrible thing to happen to someone. No, sin's, it's all right. It's not. I'm not hurting everyone. We're two adults. I paid. She gave what I needed. We're not hurting him. We're adults. We have an agreement. There's nothing wrong with it. Then Jesus says that there are other sheep that need to hear my voice, that there be one flock. Jesus never said there's going to be 50,000 different Christian groups. Someone else was telling me how that this other relative, no place to live, so they let him come into their house, and then he's telling her kids and her, no, the Catholic Church is wrong and this, and the Catholic Church is wrong, and no, it's terrible that you love Mary, and no, that's terrible, and just confusing her kids and herself and all this. Today, this is the month of May. I really love Mary. No, There's only one truth. It's only Jesus Christ that says it. And again, simply enough, and hopefully all of you have read the Gospels. It doesn't take long. Maybe this week, if you haven't done it yet, do it this week. Read the Gospel of Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. Maybe take you 4 hours. You could do it one each day. Just to know, what does this shepherd say? And this whole idea of ecumenism, well, you're good and they're good and the Muslims are good and the Hindus are good and the Buddhists are good and the atheists are good and this group is good and that Christian group is good and that. How can it be if there is so much division? None of the Christian groups, of the 50,000 Christian groups there are, agree. None of us agree on everything. How can it be all true? No, there's only one truth, one church that Jesus started, and that's the Catholic Church. No matter what anyone says, and even if you can't, because a lot of people that can't come up with quickly, what do I do to defend my faith? What do I do? No, just say, I am proud of being a Catholic Church. I'm in it. I can't explain everything, but I believe Jesus is truly present in the Blessed Sacrament there, and that he is there guiding us. And I believe it. But you still then do your work, do your research to find out truth. How many people leave the Catholic Church because they never, ever learned anything about it? They're just lazy. Just go, I don't know. Well, I have to go to Mass, so I'll go to Mass. And that's it. They never learned anything, never went further. They're just little kids going to church. They're never grown up. They're not adults. They haven't become adult Catholics. We need to be adult Catholics, where we engage, where we deeply care. And we give our intelligence good answers. That's the beautiful thing about Catholics. I was seeing a blog, it was Mormons that have become atheists. And they said, for those Mormons who are having difficult times with all the crazy ideas that were in the church and were so confused, here, become an atheist. I also saw today a picture of a Catholic young man being tortured by the Muslims. I saw another man in India, Catholic Indian, that had been burned to death by the Muslims. This is just, they're good, we're good. And then it showed that the Muslims' religion is growing very fast in Europe, and the Catholic Christians are going down very fast. And in Europe, in the 80s, there were more Catholic than Muslims. But now there are quite a lot more Muslims than Catholics. Every time you want to know about what a great religion the Muslim religion is, go flying. You have to go through all that hassle. It was never like that before. You didn't go in all your baggage all the time. Yes, if you went to another country or something. But here in the United States, I've been flying all my life. It was so nice. Got to say goodbye to the people right by the airplane. You go in, they wave goodbye with love. You never had all this stuff being held up, and you have to have your whole body looked at and patted down, and nuns patted down, and going through everything and checking you, and more IDs. You got to have more things on your license plate, on your passport, all tracking you every place you go. All this, airplanes blowing up, people blowing up, churches blowing up and stuff. It wasn't like that. It wasn't. We need one church. We need one truth. And the difference is, did Muhammad die on the cross for the Muslims? No. Did Jesus? Yes. Did Jesus really rise from the dead? Yes, he did. Did Muhammad rise from the dead? No. Simple little things. We just have to do simple little things. How did the Lutherans start? Luther, there was bad in the church like there is right now in his time, and he said this is wrong, but then he just said, no, I'm going to start my own church. How did the Church of England happen? King Henry VIII wanted to marry And then that didn't work. He killed his wives, remarried, divorced. Oh, well, they were adults deciding what they do. Oh, I'm glad I'm an Episcopalian Anglican because I like that religion. Catholicism, too uptight, Well, how did it start? By a king who killed 2 of his wives. Killed all these Catholics, tortured them. We need to look at all the beginnings. Charles Russell, look about his life. Look about these different people that have started all these religions. Are they so wonderful? Did they give their lives on the cross for their sheep? Now for you parents, it's a great responsibility too for you. And your children will hate you. And they will treat you terrible. But you have to teach and stand up for what Jesus teaches and says is right and wrong. Because you love them. If you don't love your kids, let them do anything they want. Let them go get out on drugs. Let them run all night around with anyone. Let them do whatever they want. But that is not love. It isn't. How can you love someone and let them destroy them souls, especially their souls? Jesus is the shepherd of our soul first and of our body second. So we want to be good shepherds. Got to love. And then there's all these voices of music, horrible music. Someone else was telling me about how evil some of the music has gotten. Extreme evil. I can't believe it because I don't want to know about it. But that's all going in ears and being the shepherd of many, many people. And television, it's leading so many people. Their friends, university. Interesting thing, I saw this thing on there's this professor, and he's a physicist anyway. He came to Phoenix University and was talking about how the world is the center of the universe. And how all the teachers, this just happened, boy, and all that is so horrible, and here he is. It's interesting ideas, huh? What did the university say? No, just believe for sure, blah, 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 and everything. Saw another one this week too, a guy going around asking him, I want some concrete evidence that I can actually see with my eyes about evolution. And they go, no, but it took billions of years. You can't see it in one. No, but can you give me some evidence? Can you give me, I want to go have some really, where I can actually see one thing changing into another. And they're all, no, but I believe in the scientists. They say it's true. No, and these are all these educated kids at Stanford, at all these Ivy League colleges. In the end, though, he goes and they go, well, no, I can't. Well, no, I can't. Well, no, I can't. Well, no, but the scientist says it. Well, I saw that back at a museum back in Washington, D.C., and I saw where there was the monkey, and it went up to the black people, and it went up to the Mexicans, and it went up to the white people. I saw it in the museum, Yeah. Oh, okay, you saw it, huh? Was that real? So we're getting it from all places, our voices. We always want anything that's true at a university, we accept. Anything that's true anywhere, we accept. Because Jesus Christ is truth. He's not a deceitful. But anything that is not proven to be truth is called theory. But we take theories as truth today. And if you don't take a theory as a truth, you get flunked out, or you get treated bad, or whatever. It's all right to have theories. You can have a theory of anything you want. You can. But you got to say it's a theory. It's just my theory until you've proven it with facts. And what is a scientific fact? Scientific fact is when it can be repeated over and over and you come up with the same results. It's an observable experiment that you can repeat over and over and you come up with the same results. I go totally along with that. I love scientific evidence. It's beautiful. But I don't like prejudice and theories being imposed on us as being truths, especially when they go against that God exists. Sad to say, the universities, go, you go, oh, there's no God. Science has all the answers. You don't need God. And the youth, wow, great, there's no God, there's no rules, I'm happy. Now I'm free to sin all I want. Well, there is no such thing as sin because there's no God. I'm free, I can do whatever I want. But where do they go when their whole life crumbles down? They have no God. Where do they go? Sooner or later their life will crumble down. Where do they have to go? We're so blessed. When our lives are crumbling and down, when we've sinned, we have a good shepherd to go to. Say, I'm sorry, forgive me. And he's always ready to forgive us and help us and give a new start. And he's strong. He's risen from the dead. He's alive. He's powerful. He's all present. And he will resolve our problems. He will be there for us. So we want to be very careful who we listen to, who is our shepherd, who is leading us. I like to be a leader. I don't like to be led around. I'm not like a bull that they put a ring in the nose and pull it around by the nose. Huh? But our good shepherd doesn't do that to us. But our good shepherd says, hey, I want you to be a leader too. A leader like me. But it will cost. You also. The wolf will attack you. And you got to be willing to let the wolf attack you to protect the sheep. It's very hard as being a traditional priest and saying things. Everybody from all over you're attacked. But you got to do it. And like you say, sometimes we priests want to just give up, go, forget it, I can't handle all this attacking from everything. And then one lady wrote to me on my blog and she said, no, this Owen priest wrote to me too, and he goes, I feel like going underground, you know? And she wrote back, no, we don't want the priest to go underground. What about us, the sheep and the flock, you know? Same way with your parents. You're just going to, oh, I want to give up. Give up. It's too hard raising my kids. Just going to give up, let them do whatever they want. No. You're going to let your kids get destroyed by our culture, our world? No. You love them. You brought them into existence. You care about them. You parents love your kids more than anyone else will love them in their lives, even their own spouse, because they're not of the same blood. You and your kids are of the same blood. Your parents will love you more than other people will. You need to thank God. Our parents, are they perfect shepherds? No. Are we priests perfect shepherds? No. But Jesus is the perfect shepherd. We're going to still try to be good shepherds. Nomine Patris et Filii et Spiritui Sancti.